One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
I was telling Katie outside of the ring too. He taught me, goals.
I think it's sad, and none of us would be here if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. It's just the business is completely he completely changed the business and in so many different ways. And somebody in the chat here, I'd have to really dig to find it, but they mentioned too, it's just like he had one of the greatest baby faces run, obviously with Hulkamania, but the biggest heel turn of all time too. And both times he changed the business. It's just like nobody would be appreciating wrestling right now to the level that it's at without Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, it's amazing. He was the man when I grew up. I guess I started watching, I think WrestleMania 2, or maybe I just caught the hype around the first WrestleMania, possibly. But yeah, it was all Hulk Hogan, and there was times when I rooted for whatever heel was against him. When it was Hercules Hernandez, he had him up in the torture rack, and he was bouncing up and down. And Hogan's head went up and down, and Bobby Heenan was saying, "Ring the bell. He gave up. He gave up." And I remember having that footage, showing all my friends, "Look, he gave up. He did. Look at him. He's giving up right there." And they're like, "No, I think he's just shaking his head." And we believed in that shit, man. He made me believe. And I was rooting for Hercules. I even rooted for Outlaw Ron Bass when he was going against him. And whoever had that spot, I was such a mark. I would fall right into the program they wanted me to, and go with the storyline and be ready for that fucking main event, Saturday night's main event, fucking always. And he taught me how to be a superstar. All of us really taught us, like watching him soak up that energy in the ring, in the middle of the building, what he does with that electricity, that inspired all of us. And I was telling Katie outside of the ring too, he taught me, goals on how to live as a retired superstar. I mean, I would take his life as far as this goes in a heartbeat. He said he was just like, "Brother," he goes, "I live right down the street. This is the town I grew up in." He said, "I just come here every night, hang out at the bar, restaurant, watch Nick spin the fucking records, whatever, DJ." And he said, "I can take a golf cart home, or I can drive." He said, "I know all the cops. I went to high school with them and everything. I don't ever leave the beach. I don't ever want to leave the beach. So if somebody wants me to leave, it really takes a lot." And I'm like, I love that. Like, I fucking love that. And I feel that way as well. I don't live on the beach, but I don't like to leave for unless it's worth leaving for. And just, man, I was just telling her, what's your name? No, I was just telling her, hey, can you imagine like if like his part of the restaurant is up for sale, and we like buy in, and we end up moving there to raise our kids in Florida and run the business, and that would just be awesome. And then she started saying, "Let's buy a house too." And like, man, anyway, my point being, give me that life he's talking to me about, like that. He gave me like goals to reach for, and I watched how he handled himself being the man that he was, the superstar, the legend, the icon, and it was, everything was learning the spirits, and just, it's really sad that he's gone. He had so much life in him.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to say that.
He did.
And I feel really bad for Nick, and of course Sky, his wife, and all of his family and everybody. But man, we know Nick really well, and know how much Nick idolized his dad, as he should. His dad is the coolest guy in the fucking world, you know? And I just feel bad for him. Haven't talked to him. I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely such a sad kind of situation. I like you think about Hogan and how and I was saying this on a previous show. It's just like he was a comic book character come to life, and it's just like he's like a Batman, a Superman. People looked at him in that way and everything.
That's what Katie said earlier.
Right.
Yeah, in person he seemed like a caricature almost. Like he looked like a superhero action figure. How tall he was and jacked, and his big blue eyes. It was like weird hanging out with him because he is such a legend. Like that's like seemed weird because it seemed like hanging out with like Superman.
Yeah, it's so like household name. It's like I was saying too. I was like 5 years old. I remember having a little Hasbro figure of him and everything like that. And it's just like and there he is.
Of Nick and Hulk.
Oh, look at that! See, man,
cute baby.
How about that? That's in the WCW days too. Wow,
Is it?
How about that? But it's
couldn't without the training, saying your prayers, and eating your vitamins. I couldn't have had the 3 T's to success: training, tanning, and toking.
That's it. It wouldn't have happened.
Training, tanning, and toking. That's you.
Yeah.
The thing I always liked about Hogan too, even when he wasn't able to wrestle anymore, like he would always tease that he could get back in the ring. Like he would never sell. Oh, I'm done. He would always still sell it up. That he would always not rule it out, which I appreciated about Hogan during the.
But his brand is just worth so much that there's always things you can associate it with and make business, and that's what that's what he did. That's another thing he taught me is it's like the brand of Hulk Hogan. Fuck, people want to put that on vitamins and on gyms and restaurants and beer and whatever on there. And just like with me and the weed and but also action figures, all of that. It's all just like it's our brand that we built by being us. I just bumped the referee. I didn't know I could do that. And anyway, when you think about his deals are multi-million-dollar deals because he's fucking Hulk Hogan and that's his brand, and they won't. I can't imagine there ever be another Hulk Hogan. I mean, now that the ceiling has been busted open by him, there's probably a lot of guys that might compete with the dollar, but it's more like an average. I think it'd be more like an average than it would be like even an average for the top elite, but more so than like one standout. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but I'm just saying, yeah, if Cena can do it, maybe Roman Reigns can do it, and this guy and that guy too. But with Hogan, like he was it. He was the Hulkster.
And he was like out of everybody too. I mean, you can go back to Bruno and all the sellouts that he had at Madison Square Garden and over the course of time and stuff like that. But Hogan was the first to do basically everything. Like when it came to like just being that global star and the marketing aspect of it all. And to Rob, to your point too, it's just like I was watching a Johnny Carson interview. He was on Johnny Carson during the Rocky III. Hogan was. So this was like 1982, and like. He's talking back then about Hulkamania really early on, and it's just like he's already marketing it out and like kind of to what you're saying, getting that brand out there in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and then he's got the little plastic dumbbells for kids to work out in. Hulk Hogan, remember those?
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Everything.
What toys did you have of him?
Well, I had the thumb wrestler.
I had one too.
Yeah. I can't remember what else. There was thumb wrestler with him and with Roddy Piper. But I don't know if I got any of the action figures or anything else as far as a toy.
They were probably too old at that point for that. You're like probably like 17 or something when that
maybe
90 or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. He was born in 53. I kept seeing that year.
Yeah.
Kept coming up.
That's the crazy thing too, Rob. That's my dad's age. Is 1950. He's like literally only a few months older than my dad. And
I think Chuck Zito said the same thing. There's an interview with him on YouTube that did you see that?
Yeah, you did the flash and then like the camera like froze you and
did a Matrix like 360 view or something when I was in the.
That was epic.
Wow, do you know what game this is?
SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. So this was one of the games that I had.
Oh, it's old?
It's old. It's like from 2002.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's 2002. This was the games we were playing when I was playing as you, Rob.
Okay. SmackDown versus Raw, when everyone says.
SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, this one is.
SmackDown versus Raw is where a lot of fans told me that they played me on that one.
Yeah, that's like 5 years after this game, probably. I'm saying I know that, but yeah.
How old was your dad when you were born?
He was 32, 31 maybe, 31 I think.
And your dad was Hulk Hogan's age? You're older than I thought.
Yeah. I'm 40, so he was, and my dad right now he's 71, so he was 31 when I was born. So yeah, it's wild to think. It's just so wild, like, and that's another thing. I was having such I was a bigger fan of Hogan when I was a kid growing up, and like I more turned to like Scott Hall and other people later on. But like this hit me pretty hard today because it was just like, wow, he's synonymous with how I'm a fan and everything like that. Like he still looked like Hulk Hogan too. That's the other aspect.
Yeah, always. We were always amazed at that. He looked the same. Fuck, man, I was there WrestleMania 3 when he body slammed Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And I think as a fan, I believed that he was like the Incredible Hulk and could just lift whatever he wanted, you know?
Yeah, right?
I don't remember seeing anybody with arms that big before, you know what I mean? Although now when I look at Tony Atlas and shit, bro, holy shit. Old pictures of Tony Atlas. I don't know why I was looking at those the other day. They popped up, and I was like, holy shit, that boy was big.
He was one of the first body guys, too.
Yeah. How did we not notice it? I guess, I don't know how. Somehow we missed that just because they weren't pushed, I think, at the right time. And so, like, for me, when I was watching it, like, if I saw him, I think he'd just be getting jobbed or whatever. And I think somehow you don't notice because you're caught up in the hype or something, because I remember Rick Rude being the first guy that I remember seeing, and the Ultimate Warrior, that were just quality, fucking muscle and no fat and just ripped, big and vascular at the same time. I don't remember seeing that, but I can look back and see it now. I don't know how I missed it on guys like Tony here.
I think Scott Steiner was the most jacked wrestler in history.
He was, fuck. Yeah.
When I saw him for the first
time, with
that was like another level of jacked. Was Steiner back then. I'm like, holy shit.
Because I told Brian Cage I thought he was the most jacked wrestler in history, but he said Scott Steiner was bigger than him.
If Brian Cage is saying that, it's got to be true then.
He knows his stats of muscle.
Yeah, that's it.
I was listening to Mick Foley's talking about Hulk's death, and then he said, seeing him, you never felt like it was the last time you were seeing him because his energy was always so young. Yeah, and it's so true. Like, I would not have thought that because he seemed like 21 years old at heart.
That's very true too. It's just like, and I only saw him very briefly. Like, this was a couple years ago at Royal Rumble. It was at his beach hangout place, and Eric Bischoff was there, Conrad Thompson. And then he made a surprise appearance and showed up, and like great energy, like just thanked everybody that was there and stuff. Just made a little appearance and stuff, and then got out of there. But you're right, like the energy made him look and feel younger. So
and he's like shots. Like he's like a frat boy.
But even the past couple, like the most recent interviews and photos that I've seen of him, it's just like he got the black beard back. And like it was like Hogan looks good. He looks good,
and he was jacked the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, you're probably wondering why I'm dressed like a sleeveless paperboy. Well, no reason in particular, but I do want to talk about our new sponsor, Indic. Very happy to have them on board with us at One of a Kind with RVD. And man, I opened my box of stuff, and man, is it a box of stuff. There's so many different neat things here, too. If you want to loosen up a little bit in a different way, THC, you have this option here with Indica. Look at this stuff. So I'm pulling out all these different items here. Okay, first off, we got gummies here. Right here. Indic Bliss gummies. elderberry. Very, very good stuff. Man, look at this. And it's got milligrams of THC for all your different kinds of needs. A dope rope. A dope rope. Look at that. Man, blue raz. I couldn't believe it when I opened this box and saw that. Plus, look at this Soda Shop pops. Look at that, baby. That's pretty sweet, too. We got strawberry right there. And then chronic crystals, too. THC. All different milligrams and different things like that. Such a variety. You can check it out at Indic Shop. Inda.shop/RVD. You get 25% off when you use code RVD. This is such a neat product and like perfect for this podcast in particular, right? So you work hard, maybe. You deal with life sometimes, but you still do deserve an escape. Absolutely. That's where IndiCloud comes in. Gummies, flour, pre-rolls, all federally legal, seriously fun, and just a few clicks away. Whether you're chasing better sleep, deeper intimacy, or just solid daytime relief, this is grown-up cloud chasing done right. So if you're 21 or older, head to indicloud.co and use code RVD to get 25% off your first order, plus free shipping. That's indicloud.co, code RVD, 25 off, free shipping. You know what to do. IndiCloud, baby. Look at that. So many options. So many options you can check out. So, like I said, take a look. If you're 21 or older, now's your chance to float around above the stress because IndiCloud is giving all new customers 25% off. That's right, their first order plus free shipping. Just use code RVD or click the link in the show notes to claim your discount. That's indicloud.co. That's INDACLOUD.co. Use code RVD for free shipping plus 25% off your first order. You can't beat it. Order now. Fill out their quick survey to support the show and enjoy the best part of your week. Brought to you by IndiCloud. Boy, summertime is here. You know that song, Won't Go Jerry, in the summertime when the weather is hot? You can fit right in. Well, hey, guess what? You can fit right into a pair of perfect jeans. The perfect jean. Look at these babies. These are my favorite pair of jeans, and I am not lying. I do have pants on, by the way. I'm just showing these for the flair of it all. And I don't mean Rick. But yes, the perfect jean is awesome. I love their product. Seriously, no joke. This is the shoot. It is straight up my favorite pair of jeans I own. I want to get more. I need to get more. And hey, I can help you guys and gals get a little bit more too. So for a limited time, our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping at theperfectjean.nyc. Or Google The Perfect Jean and use code RVD15 for 15% off. However you get there, but be sure to use code RVD15 at checkout to save 15% site-wide and stay perfect. The nice thing about these jeans, they're so high quality that you get free shipping. You get free exchanges. If the size doesn't fit, you must return, right? So use it. You seriously will not be disappointed. And you will be like, I kind of need to get a couple more pairs because these are great. No joke. I wear them anytime. If I'm going out on a date, boom, perfect jean on there. If I'm doing anything, want to look nice, got to wear the perfect jean. I'm going to have an audition here, in August, beginning of August, Little Shop of Horrors. And you better believe I'll be wearing that pair of perfect jeans to help me feel confident and get ready to sing Oh Suddenly Seymour to the best of my ability. So it's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use code RVD15 at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with promo code RVD15. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that One of a Kind sent you. Fuck your khakis and get the perfect jean, all right?